Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Cynthia Miller and I am going to show you how I do my beeswax candles from sheets of beeswax. I'm not sure if you've ever seen these before, but they've got this beautiful honeycomb design and you can make all kinds, different styles of candles. So there's different ways to make candles. You can pour the wax, you can melt it, or you can do dipped candles where you put the wick into a big vat of melted wax. But I like to be able to just not even be in the kitchen and just sit down and make them. So that's what I love about these sheets. So we've got different kinds. This one, as you could see, was quite big, and I will either cut this into 4 pieces and make 4 short ones. I can cut them into diagonal shapes and create a more of a tapered candle, or I can make different shapes, and you can just take like a little cookie cutter and cut shapes out of this. So there's all different kinds of ways that you can use them. One of the things that I'm going to try to do is this little Christmas candle just has one of those cheapy plastic 1-inch candles. So what you could do is actually make a fairly big, you know, solid pillar candle for that one. So you just need a few sheets to get started, and what I'm going to use are some essential oils that I have from doTERRA, and I'm going to use lavender and this beautiful blend that is called Peace, and then frankincense. So you know, I'm thinking, well, you could put all 3 into one candle. I thought I might start with the frankincense as sort of like a base, and then put the Peace. It's a really nice blend, and then the lavender as a top note. And so if you imagine that the candle would have the frankincense in the center, and the other ones sort of radiate out. So I'm not sure if they would burn differently. If you're planning on making candles that you're going to melt the wax, sometimes the essential oils sort of burn up before that you can actually smell them as you're you know, using the candle a little bit later. Another thing that I read too was if you put the candle, so I'm going to make a candle very similar to this one here, and if you put this in the freezer for 24 hours, it burns a whole lot better. So this one is sort of, I love that you can see how my hands have sort of molded this one together for the bottom, but that's how these turn out, is very handcrafted look to them. It is a little bit narrow and wide, if you, depending on which way you look at it. And so you have to remember they can be very brittle, but all you have to do is warm up the wax to be able to use them. And so I'm going to show you how to do this one. So this is the triangle piece. Basically, I'm just going to cut a piece there that's just a little bit longer than the actual length of the wax. And so this is the length. This is the center of the candle, and we're going to roll it. And as we roll it, the smaller piece of the wax will sort of become the lower piece. Okay. So I'm going to get this started, and basically what you want to do is roll that, like sort of turn the piece of wax over onto that wick. And so as I said, you don't have to melt it, but it makes it soft to be able to turn that wick, turn the wax over on the wick. And so what you want to do is have a nice tight little cocoon with this wick down the center, and it's sort of hard to get it started a little bit because you want to you know, make sure you have it centered where you want it. So give yourself an inch at the top and an inch at the bottom to play with. And what you're going to do is just press down on the fold of the and then I'm just going to give it another turn, and hopefully it will stay warm as I sort of pinch it with my fingers. And you just sort of keep it going and just keeping it pinched. And so what you want to do is just make sure that that wick is fairly closely pinched. That creates the center of your candle. This is coming along nicely, so as you can see, you just go a little bit at a time, and what I'm going to do is just dabble in about 3 drops of frankincense. Now, I think that that's, whoops, I guess that's 5. Oh well. I just sort of keep going here. So this is the straight edge of the candle, so that means it's the bottom. And this is the center. And if it looks kind of messy, don't worry, because it's going to get covered in the center. But I can smell the frankincense. It smells really good. So just keep rolling it. So I'm just sort of pushing up the ends here, because you want, that's going to be your flat base. We're going to cut that off when we're done. So you want to make sure that that rolls straight to that edge. I'm just going to do a little bit more of the dryer, and then we'll add a little bit of the piece. Okay, we're going to do some piece. It's getting a whole lot easier to roll now, and I think I should be giving a little bit more heat to hold. So this is sort of the finishing up of it, and I'm hoping that it's all binding together well. You can sort of feel, because they're not smooth surfaces, you can sort of feel, and then I just have a little bit of a tear there. And I'm just going to snip that off. So I'm just going to snip off the bottom of the right. And then I would take off a little bit here. You don't really need that much there. And there you have it. Oh, it smells nice. I'm going to put that into the freezer, and then I'll burn it tomorrow, solstice. So we're coming to you from the eve of Winter Solstice 2020, and it's been a pretty crazy year. And you know, the energy is just magnificent right now. We're crescendoing to this point tomorrow of the Winter Solstice, and I thought that it would be a really appropriate time to do these candles, because it's where we shift into days of more light after the 21st, of course. And right now what's happening is a great alignment in our skies. Saturn and Jupiter are out there aligning, and they're so close they look like they're almost touching each other. We're crescendoing through it, and we're downloading all kinds of information as we go as well. So there's different light patterns and structures of the energy, and that's why this alignment is so powerful, because all the time we are continuing to evolve into this energy and feel it and be in it. And when you are in it, and you're filled with love, and you're filled with that peaceful feeling, you're in flow. You're in flow of life. And it's not just your little world that you're flowing with. It's the planetary alignment that you're in flow with. Love to you.